Hey guys, this is Vanya with RC Alley coming back to you with another video. And today I have a whole mess of parts and tools in front of me, and that's because I'm putting together my brand new B6.1D kit. So just a few months ago I spent a lot of money upgrading my B6D with the version 2 chassis, 67mm CVA kit, the rear aluminum hubs to match, and there were other parts too. So I was actually kind of disappointed that the 6.1D was announced and shortly after released, just because as I was reading online about the upgrades that it'll have, it's pretty much like the +1 steering plate, which I already had on my B6. Goldwing arms, 67mm CVA kit. So yeah, I was really skeptical. I would get the new shock caps, I would get the spur gear cover, but it just all didn't seem like it was enough to spend the money. After a few weeks I decided, okay, I'll get it. Once it comes out, I'll order one and actually see how it is. So now that I'm building it and actually putting it together, I am so glad I did. There is so much more to this car than just a spur gear cover or new shock caps. It actually is amazing. The fit and finish is perfect. The plastic feels way better than on the B6D. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom in the camera a little bit now so I can show you my progress in more detail and talk a little bit more about the upgrades that the car actually comes with over the B6 and the fit and finish a little bit more. Alright, let's get started. So starting with the front end of the car, we have the Goldwing shock tower with Goldwing A-arms now instead of flat like it was on the B6D. And then I thought this was a really nice touch. It comes with a little shock tower protector, which is awesome, so it just doesn't chip. So maybe it'll keep the little sides, so the furthest hole from breaking every once in a while. And then the new shock eyelets, yeah, they seem really nice. I really hated the old plastic ones. It seems like every practice night you could just throw new ones on because they got worn out. And then moving on, like I mentioned before, the +1 steering plates. And then the bearings are now oiled instead of greased, and you can tell the difference. They're so smooth, they spin so freely, it's amazing. So moving to the chassis, it looks really similar to the B6 version 2 chassis. The only differences I could really find on it is there's no Associated logo etched up here on this chassis, and then I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's just a little line right here and on the other side as well that I did not see on my B6 chassis. Everything else looks the same. All these cutouts look the same, this and up here as well. So moving to the back end, that layback transmission looks awesome. It's not really a laydown, it's not really a stand-up, but it's only 4 screws to get the diff out. Can't beat that. And then the spur gear cover, that was a nice touch. So for the B6D, you had to get, if you converted to laydown, or B6 if you already got it with a laydown, it did not come with a spur gear cover. You had to buy one. There are a few aftermarket companies that do make one, but that's a nice touch from Associated that they included it. And the slipper looks new, and now the shaft comes on the left hand side of the car instead of the right, so no more weird hole on your body when you're running a laydown on the car. It just fits in there nicely. Now, I don't know if that'll get in the way of mounting a fan in there. I do run 17.5, so a fan is pretty much a must. But I'll figure that out once I get to it. I'm sure I'll be able to mount it somehow. And then can't forget to mention the 70s or the 67 millimeter CVAs, and that's really nice. So you know, on the B6, I think when I was upgrading mine, that alone was so to get the CVA kit and the hubs that fit that was probably like $50–$60. So it's really nice that it was included on this car. One more really cool upgrade I forgot are these inserts for the rear A-arms, and I'm really excited to start playing around with those and see what they actually do. So one thing I can't show you over the camera is the feel of the plastic, and like I mentioned earlier, the fit and finish is perfect. It's stiff yet soft, the plastic, and it just feels really good. I hope it holds up and it doesn't break too much like the A-arms and maybe the rear or the wing mount. So yeah, it's amazing. It's probably the best kit I've ever put together so far. And I did want to mention one thing. The little plastic inserts on top of the hubs, the little holes, the mesh, I did have aluminum part that I got or that was on my B6D before. Once I upgraded to the aluminum hubs, I didn't need it. And starting off, that'll be the only upgrade part besides the servo horn that I'll be using on the car. Alright, so this is the little piece that I was talking about. There's just a quick closer look. Yeah, the kit is plastic, and I did break those pretty often, so the aluminum should hold up a lot better until I get the aluminum hubs for it. Alright guys, so the kit is amazing. I'm having a ton of fun building it. That was just my little build update. I have turnbuckle shocks left to do, put in the electronics, paint the body, so there is still some work to do, but it's coming along nicely. Everything is fitting perfect. I didn't have to sand anything, Dremel anything, drill anything. It's all as it should be. Alright, so thanks for tuning in for another video, and like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon.